And so we are ready to go. With us are the student leaders, with us are the student leaders of CHUKA University, and also the office of the student governor, the dean of students, and the dean of students. My assistant is there, and then Miriam is with us around. So I want to right away hand over this meeting to Mohammed, who was to talk. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Is this a live Zoom? Oh, it's from there?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. It's not Zoom, it's through YouTube.
Yes.
Oh, so otherwise they would have also listened. Please okay for. Thank you so much. The teaching and faculty members, staff, respected students, invited guests from Fiji, the Chancellor of Fiji National University, Mr. Samasa Karabaki, and the Assistant Professor, Dr. Royford Budimangiri. First of all, I would like to say thank you all for giving us this warm welcome and bringing us together to discuss some of the significance of student associations in leadership development. Yesterday we had a very great conversation. We came up with so many things, and when I went back to my room, I tried to figure out which topic I'll be choosing to elaborate more on student association. First of all, let me make these two things very clear in student association. What is a student association? Why we need as a student to engage in student association? Do we work simultaneously with the administrating or the administrator of the current university? What is my strategic goal? Where I want myself to be there? Where I want my student association to be there after 5 years? So the first thing in order to run a student association, you need to have the basic fundamentals, objectives, your mission and vision, and you need to have your strategic plan. According to your strategic plan, then you will be able to achieve your objective. If you don't have a strategic plan, you won't be able to achieve your objective. An objective is something that can be derived by sitting and having a thorough consultation between the members. Student association doesn't run only or independently by the student president. Never. It never happened. A student leader, will have a great consultation with all of his bona fide members. And when I mean bona fide members, I mean bona fide members are those students who are enrolled in the university in any of the running program of the current university at the current time. So you need to have the objectives set out, and objective will meet your strategic plan. And then you have KPI, key performance indicator. You have to gauge yourself, gauge your executives, having a consultation with the Vice Chancellor, the Senatees, the council members, the government officials, the submission to Parliament, liaising with the ministers of the current government, and then you come back and reflect what you have achieved. Your goal was 100. Did you manage to achieve 100? And nobody can achieve 100 at the first round, because we have to learn from our mistakes. And failure is not a stopover in leadership. They always say, F-A-I-L, first attempt in life. You fail, you'll come back. You fail, you'll come back. You fail, you'll come back. But as soon as you fail, you will learn a lesson. And that lesson will motivate you to reach your goals. And once you have reached your goals, it will come back on your strategy plan. When your strategy plan is achieved, then your key performance indicator is achieved. That's where the growth of the association will increase. And that is one of the reasons why student associations should always work very closely with the university management. We have seen in some of the areas, the student association is working towards east, the university is working towards west, you won't achieve any of the objectives. And student association should be thinking like this: the university's ranking, the university's capital coming in, the university's revenue coming in, is through how? Is through the number of students enrolled at that particular year. And how? The marketing is done by university, but the brand ambassadors are the students who are alumni, who have graduated, who will be graduating, or who are coming as in the enrollment status. So for example, CHUKA University is I think 20 years old, or 10 years old. So you get a data from year 1 till year 10. And then you put it in a graph, you plot it there, make a histogram, and then you see the number of students increase, the number of program increase, the number of students graduated, locally, and they are employed internationally. This is where you get the ranking of university. And it increases by how? It's by the students' number. And how? Students will able to know that, well, when I'm enrolled in CHUKA University, these are the facilities that the university administration are providing, and these are the best part of the university where the students' associations plays a major role. And we as students, we need a peaceful, soft environment. And peaceful, soft environment enables us to reach our goals in terms of learning and teaching. We don't want to come in any of the universities where there are lots of issues, where there are issues and issues and issues. No, we students want a very peaceful environment. And in order to achieve that peaceful environment, who will create this environment? It's me and you. People are saying in international conference that climate change is increasing at an alarming rate. Well, that's right. There is no debate on that. Climate change is increasing at an alarming rate. It's not a hidden sector or factor. But who is responsible for that? It's me and you. It's me and you. If we need a very peaceful environment to learn, to teach, to understand, you need to create that environment. And who will create that environment? It's the students of that university. So we, the students, we're supposed to play our role. Our role is not just to pay your school fees, come back, enroll, study and graduate. No. The university has provided so many things to us. What after graduating or during our studies, what we are giving to our university. This is the biggest part. You know, you can see internationally the students say that I have graduated from this particular university, now I am teaching here, now I am doing research here. That increases the caliber of university. By how? By the student ambassadors, me and you. So in order to become a good student leader, there are certain things we need to understand. The first thing is the leadership development, engagement in collaboration, personal growth, leadership opportunities, training and development, networking, and community impact. These areas we have to really work into it. In order to become a good leader, these are some of the areas that we really need to look into it. In order to become a good leader, I would say, yesterday I've already said, the first thing we need to have a good mental health status. Our mind, our mental health needs to be really focused. When early in the morning we come down to the university, I always say, and then we should tap ourselves and say, thank God that I am a student of CHUKA University. And I'm very proud that God, you have chosen me as a student and enrolled in CHUKA University. There are lots of people around, but we have been chosen. God has chosen us to be part of this university. There is a reason, there is a purpose for us. That's supposed to be back of our mind. And if that objective, that mindset we have in coming in university, definitely every individual student will succeed by the blessing of the Almighty. But first thing, you need to have a good mental health and a focused goal. The second thing, in order to become a good leader, I would say, you need to be a keen listener. You know what is keen listener? They always say, I'm a listener, but I would say you need to become a keen listener. Some people, they listen. They are different class of people, different class of understanding. Our mental state. You know, our mind is divided into three, cerebellum, medulla oblongata, all these conscious, subconscious, unconscious. These are the components of our minds. And you have seen some of the lecture classes, the students are sitting Physically they are there, but mentally their mind is somewhere else. So you are not doing any good to the university, but you are doing or harming yourself. How? By paying the school fees, but you are not participating. And then you end up in your transcript that when the results are out, that's where you realize, oh, I should have done much better. But time is gone. So you are given an ample time. You need to have a mental health, mental mind, good mindset. Then you become a keen listener. Okay, listeners are, I listen just to understand. I listen to give an answer. But patiently I listen to understand, digest, summarize, analyze, finalize, conclude, then I will give my answer. So a leader needs to be with a peaceful mindset, a good understanding skills, good communication skills, good networking skills, and good collaboration skills. That's why the student leaders really need to work very friendly with the school management, with the vice chancellor, and the council. And as a student leader, don't abuse your powers. We are not here to terminate anybody. We are not here to create or instigate any issues that affects my role as a student leader. Student leaders are here to work closely with the whole population of students of CHUKA University and the staff of CHUKA University. We need to work very closely with them. And this is one of the areas that we'll be working on. Moving forward, we have this student, when they are in the student association, they have this state. I am the president, I am the vice president, I am the director, this is my role, and then full stop. Full stop should not be applied there. It should be a comma, a pause. If you put a full stop, that means the journey has finished. You need to put a comma, a pause. Why? If you are in the student association, people, when I mean people, the people who comes from the students' population, the student stakeholders. Students and the staff have a high expectation from Mr. XYZ because he's a student president, or Mrs. ABC because she is a vice president, or she is a director. So at the same time, don't forget your academic integrity and dignity. If you are a student leader, you need to produce good leaders, good followers, good leaders. So at the same time, once you are a student leader, you need to have your academic growth as well. And sometimes when we say, I'm a student leader, that's full stop. No. You need to upgrade your qualification and skills to the highest. Isn't it? Yes. You cannot say, I started a student leader with my certificate XYZ and I graduated with certificate XYZ. No. You need to upgrade. You cannot say, I'm a student leader, I'm studying for quite so many years, still studying. Why? That means there is something wrong. Either you are not participating, you don't have a conscious mind, you don't have a mindset, you don't have a goal, you don't achieve what is supposed to be, or you just coming here for free time and enjoy. No, definitely no. So at the same time, in a student leader component, you academically you need to improve yourself. We don't want leaders who are just their leaders sitting there for so many years, but not producing any good to the environment, to the student population, to the staff members who are here. At the same time, if you are a student leader, you need to increase your qualification as well. They always say, either you publish or you perish. Isn't it? You need to work with the Vice Chancellor to understand the concepts of writing proposal. You try to secure some grant for your publication. And always try to engage the undergraduate and postgraduate students collectively in student association. You know, when we say postgraduate, they have completed their bachelor's. When these students come from the postgraduate environment, from the postgraduate sector, they have a mindset that is beyond our understanding. Why? They have completed their undergraduate successfully, and now they are doing their postgraduate. And most of the postgraduate masters and PhD students, they are coming from the working environment. So this is where my word comes in, networking. So they have graduated, they have worked into XYZ law firm, now they have came back. They have networking, they have a collaboration with the stakeholders outside. This is where the students can have a collaboration in order to secure and get grant for the student association to run peacefully and effectively. And when you have this networking and collaboration with the alumni, you will try to get and secure a grant. And who will put a starter into this? Your Vice Chancellor. How? When you write a proposal, you will send it for a Vice Chancellor. Please say, please madam, can you go through? Just put some comments. When it is done, you will go back. When it comes into academic of student association, I always say this word, you need to be student-centered, student-oriented. This is my goal in order to become a good student leader. Student-centered and student-oriented. Where I am, where are my students? Where are my colleagues? There are 20,000 students. As a student leader, how many students I managed to get in touch with them on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, on yearly basis? You have to mobilize, you have to broadcast yourself. Go out in the environment, meet and greet. Have a session, have a cup of coffee, have a session with the students of year 1, year 2, year 3. Get in touch with these staffs who have bachelor's qualification, upgrade to master's qualification, upgrade to PhD qualification. Get in touch with them. Call them for a cup of coffee and discuss with them. Tell them to share their experience, how you went to study. You know, yesterday I was sitting here, the Vice Chancellor taught Dr. Royford Bondi Mangeri. Dr. Royford Bondi Mangeri graduated from Canada, did his master's here, and then went to Canada to complete his PhD, came back, taught here 2-3 places, and then went back to Fiji, teaching there, came back again to CHUKA University with his student, and this is me. You know what I'm saying? Yes. How the cycle works in. And when I see when students talk about, yesterday your Vice Chancellor said in the keynote speaker in the opening, he said, where are my siblings? Did you hear this word? And I felt very proud when all the students stood up and Vice Chancellor was there. This is the product that has been harvested. And who planted this? It was the Vice Chancellor. I feel very proud. And these are the students who have graduated under him. So once you leave the student association, what you have done, what the other students will follow your footsteps. Did you did something very professionally, transparency? So this is where the Students Association works. So in a nutshell, the purpose of Students Association, what is the purpose? Everybody who are sitting here, we are student leaders. Ask this question to yourself. Why the students have chosen me to become a student leader? Are I doing justice to the students if I'm being chosen here? If not, then I think we all have to make a U-turn in our life. The students have a very high expectation for you. And then you are there for 2 years or 3 years sitting in the position of the student association. But what you have achieved, what you have delivered to your students, did you did anything good or best for the students, for development, career building, capacity building? No. If yes, then what is the outcome? What is the result of that? So you have to gauge yourself, your KPI, key performance indicator. If you have done something for the students' population, you need to get what is there. What is the outcome? You have planted something, you have harvested something, you have marketed something, where is your end product, profit or loss? So how many students started into student association? Where are they today? Did they have upgraded their qualification to that level? Did they have achieved their goals to that level? Reflecting back, you have to make a screen out. I started with this. You know, in research, they always say if you have a data, facts and figures is very good and wise to put it into discussion, and then you have an interpretation. So you have to put a plan and report. You put into a bar graph or a graph or a chart, and then you see the growth. And then the student association will sit down with the governors of the university, vice chancellor and the chancellor, the deans, the pro-vice chancellor, say this is what we expected. What you expected will come from the strategy plan. What has came out in the result, this will improve your key performance indicator. Do we have achieved these goals? Okay, we have set up the goals 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 goals. How many goals we have achieved in this year? 3 goals. Good, tick. 7 we haven't achieved. Cross. Why? Why we didn't achieve? We had resources limitation. We didn't have finance. We didn't have assets. We didn't have networking. You write all this. This is for year 1. Then you have year 2. Then at last you make a summary of that. And whatever comes in assembly, you will work closely with the Vice Chancellor's office. They are saying, madam, this is the issue, and they will come and have a look at it. They will give you opinion. Then you go back to your student population. You know, in student leadership capacity, I always say, a good leader is a leader who has more consultation. Whenever I send an email to my colleagues, I always write this word. I never forget to write this word. I always write, let's catch up over coffee to discuss further. And writing lengthy emails doesn't work as a leader. Because, you know, these days nobody wants to read your lengthy emails. Just on the point, I like Vice Chancellor's opening yesterday. Be on time, specific question answer done. We don't have to have case study abstract. That's the second part. We can go and come on the point as a leader. Say, this is my issue, can it be addressed? Thank you so much. Thank you, sir, I really appreciate it. Let us catch up over coffee to discuss few things. Whenever I am free, our Chancellor's office and my office is in the same campus. I always give a call to my Chancellor. Say, if you're free, let us catch up in the cafeteria, I have one coffee. And we always share one very, very, very tasty coffee, caramel coffee. We always go down and sit and discuss few things. And then done. When I discuss, and whenever you sit with the audience, the students' population, you know, these days smart electronic gadget is here, always try to write. When you talk with somebody, there's few points you always write. When I'm talking, I'm seeing the audience, there is something they are, psychologically they are thinking, they are squeezing their mindset in the front. That's, I think this is this. You just try to put some point. Go back and then you try to do a bit of research. What was the expectation? What was the impact when you were talking? What the students want from me? So coming back, all these issues for student association, you need to collaboratively work with the Vice Chancellor's office. And this is where student association works. And this is where the caliber increases for students. Say this year we have 12 students. These students have completed their undergraduate and they have gone down to working. But when we have marketed, they are coming up to further upgrade their skills to postgraduate and masters. So what is our role of a student association? You know, student association, they always focus on the undergraduate students. Doing activities, mobilizing, have a party, that's it done. But why don't we start doing research in the undergraduate last leg, so that, okay, once you finish with your undergraduate studies, we have our mindset to go and work and earn money, isn't it? And that's the best part, everybody needs money. But do you think, reflect back 20 years in Kenya and 20 years up in front. I'll just give you one example. Before in my country, back 30, 40 years, when you have certificate, you are a principal. And now, Ministry of Education said you need to upgrade. Now teachers in primary and secondary school, they have PhDs. So what is your goal? To complete your certificate, complete your diploma, level 5 trade diploma, go back, start working. And then the new era comes in, the new generation comes in, they will have PhD. But you have certificate at that level. So where are you? Where are you? This is in-gap feeling is the student association comes in. You have completed. When you are in the final year of your bachelor's, try to get into networking. That's what I've said. Networking collaboration with alumni who have graduated. So that you can get a scholarship for your postgraduate. Once you have a scholarship, then nobody can stop you to reach to your PhD, full stop. That's why you remove your comma and put full stop. I always say you need to know in English where you put comma, where you put full stop. If you put full stop, your undergraduate is full stop because you have done it. You have closed the door. You need to put a comma. So in the bachelor's final, okay, when we are in the student association, that's the very important part, to have a good networking. When we attend an international conference, we meet, we exchange our business card. We always have discussions. Say, I'm writing one paper. I find very difficulties in this area. Can you please help me? Not to worry, my business card.
How many of them even have a business card? Yeah. Or you don't think you have a business?
So,
maybe moment. There's something these ladies want to share, and then we continue. Because they are also from different backgrounds. And basic, there's an idea you have told me, and I told you to come and say my next meeting.
Comrades. Comrades. Power. It's comrades power. Comrades Yes.
Comrades? Comrades? Yeah, that is how we do it. So, I think you've been given the right ideas, but I would want you to join the model UN. And joining the model UN gives you the exposure that Mohammed is talking to you about. You get to know how to be diplomatic, you get to share your ideas, you get to know where to get scholarships, how to do collaborations with different universities, and it works for you.
Yes.
Yeah, it markets you to be in a better place to share your ideas, and not just to be local, but to be global. So, comrades?
I wonder, you see, there's one, they register at CHUKA University.
Yes, you
Just
register.
explain to them, it is model UN, but MUN, isn't it?
Yes, it's MUN,
MUN.
and you represent CHUKA universities. You can go to their website, you register, and they normally have very good sessions for you to learn, and it's a good exchange program that you learn about different countries, how to veto, how to dialogue, how to do public speaking, where to know how to collaborate, how to say we don't want this. You give your arguments in a very concise way, the way you see it being done at the United Nations General Assembly. So this is a good model.
You went out there when you were in this time.
I did that when I was in DESTA. I was one of the best negotiations person, and I represented the least country then, which was Argentina. And I was able to always have my way because of how I could negotiate, lobby. You learn that, and there was good exposure.
Judy, you were saying something about Strasbourg?
Strasbourg, no, I was just saying that it's an online onboarding. So just go to the website. They take everyone from high school all the way to university.
You said something a second?
Yeah, really just to emphasize the issue of modern UN. My daughters participated in modern UN. Actually, the last one was the Secretary General. And yeah, they have so many, of course they train you. You have to train to be a delegate. You have to train to be a secretary, a junior chair, senior chair, or other things like also a chair of the plenary General Assembly. There's of course the training in terms of how to take, to push for motions. There's what they call rank process, the resolution process where some resolutions drop off, others come so that you're able to progress them. The skills are really immense. The skills that you actually learn from there, and of course you're tackling global issues and social issues affecting different countries, whether it is water, food security, child labor and such, and pushing resolutions that actually are progressed forward. So this is really important for you as a student body to be able to organize yourself to represent CHUKA, as he has said, giving the university visibility and also a global mindset. But the other thing I can add is that my elder daughter also has worked with the student body in her university in the UK. And one of the things that the student body, apart from creating the various clubs, she's able to attract funding in terms of attracting sponsorships, working with local companies so that they come and sell merchandise to students at a discount price, but then they also get visibility to the students. Maybe they supply items for students, usually to students. Even, for example, whether it is free, discounted food, sometimes when you have food fairs, discounted t-shirts, things like that. So the local companies come and get, the day you have your clubs fair, you know, like the Fresher Week, when you are receiving freshers, isn't it? New students are coming in, you organize a Fresher Week. And during the Fresher Week, you have the different clubs which are displayed. You have exhibition for different clubs, and of course, and you look for sponsors. These sponsors are bringing income to the student body because that's how they generate money for the student body to support other things, campaigns on mental health, safe drinking, safe sex, all those kind of things that young people get involved in and you want to promote. So that is something that I've really learned a lot, even listening to my daughter, some of the campaigns that they are doing. Very, very, and of course they have very strong student government collaborating with the organization, with the university itself to push things like mental health week, environmental week, all those fantastic things. And probably Mohammed could have shared some of these things, but just to really encourage you that There's so much a student body can do, and also it really raises your profile yourself. And it is one of those things you can put in your CV when you're looking for a scholarship. Thank you.
Maybe you can all say your names.
Oh, here, Mary Washeke.
Judy Kimaru, basic account.
There's something common about the three of you.
He's our supervisor for our
These
PhD.
are graduated PhD work. I have trained all of them. They are my students from Nairobi.
Yes.
He's a motivational speaker. Dr. Mary Washeke is a motivational speaker. He is a mechanical engineer
Yes.
by profession.
Yes.
And she did, she's a mechanical engineer who went to banking also.
Yes.
And then she's done a PhD in environmental governance under my hands. Dr. Judy Kimaru is a PhD holder also under my hands. She went to veterinary school before me. And she was humble enough to come for me to supervise her. And she's given me a lot of projects on disaster management. Dr. Bessie Kathandi is a sociologist and has also done a PhD in environmental governance and management from the University of Nairobi. It's also under me, and she works with the University of Nairobi. So they just came, they presented in the discussion plenary, and today they are doing their own presentations, and they are done. And I told them I'm coming to the student, they said there are some things we can share. And I think there is a conference, and they want to live to Nairobi. I will release them now. Thank you very much for coming. And but you can give contact to this meeting. Like Washeke is a motivational. He's the one who prepares. Like now is the one who prepared the daughter of Diana Bikonya to take over the leadership of Karen Hospital. To increase that confidence, to increase that is our job. You guys, you can. You have your cards?
Yeah, I will end with them, and then of course, my number is 0728 606341. So your student leader can always give me a contact. Probably it would be good, a prof, or somewhere along the way where my schedule is a bit relaxed. I can do a webinar for them. Actually, on
and it is not me. It should be proactive enough. You organize, not me.
Yes.
Now I've given you a contact.
Yeah.
It can give you a webinar. See, he actually coaches people even out of the country.
Yes, absolutely, yes.
You can do that. That is the bread and butter. There is no other business it does.
Yeah.
That coaching. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. Comrades.
Thank you.
Unless anybody has a question for them, please go back. You'll be asked one question. We are done.
Go back.
Yeah. It's a question from the lawyer. Ask him. Just shoot the question.
Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, my name is Evans Mushanga. I'm from the Faculty of Law, and I'm delighted by the mention of the Model United Nations. We have been having some efforts to register it in our chapter, the CHUKA chapter, and we are happy that we are actually invited for a debate tomorrow at Catholic University, another campus. And so I think we can also have some links so that we can link us up with other universities to also have some papers on the Model United Nations.
MUN.
The MUN, as long as you're a member, they normally give you their schedule so that if you'll be given a country, Lester was presenting a particular country, as we had different issues that you were lobbying. At that time, I was lobbying for gender equality, and I seemed to be the one, passionately talking about it. So you will meet other universities who are also in the Model UN in the Kenyan chapter. So they are there. If you're going to Catholic, make sure you give your best position and lobby as much.
All right, so that is what we are just saying. You should be able to stick out. You can work with somebody, but the person has to start working himself. So you have a question?
Actually, I just wanted to add something small about Strathmore. I've been seeing the way Strathmore do their marketing, and actually I'm glad because they do marketing at high school level because they promise to give scholarships, and that's what we were talking about yesterday. So I think that's a nice strategy, and Prof, I think we want to adopt that as we discussed yesterday.
Thank you. Actually, I was in Jamaica with her. We went there to do some work there. So I should have crossed the border and then come. But I did.
Just
All
to
right.
give you ideas that the student bodies are changing. Yeah. Every corporate organization today is looking for who they can identify with in terms of the student bodies. So being strategic is making sure that, as he said, we don't have time to read long emails. Get to the point. Tell me, as KCB, I want you to sponsor 5 students or activities. They have KCB rugby, they have KCB football teams, all these sporting activities that they can pick from you as CHUKA University, because this is an established institution. So think corporate.
Safe journey. All right.
Thank you so much. I think there was lots of information being disseminated. So can we have some form of discussion? Any feedbacks from anybody who want to share any of the case studies, abstract, you have something in your mind? I need, can we have more discussion? It's not like only 2 people speaking. You know, when we sit here, it's not something that we get pass or fail or we get marks.
Yeah.
Just discuss something. Okay,
Stick out the top issues.
let us make like this. What you have understood, just summarize in your own words.
Yeah.
Don't have to give Oxford English. Just the one understanding what you have understood.
I like that way. That way now you can start from there. Let them summarize
Just something what you have understood.
Yeah, which of you? No, that's it. You stop with them. You know, you're dominating. Now start. You see, talk about what you have understood and what you have picked from yesterday to today. Can we start with the very next to? We are training you to be confident. I've always told you when you're speaking, eye contact. Speak like somebody who has value to offer. Yeah?
Okay, so according to what we talked about yesterday, I as a leader, I understood that we should fight for the comrades, but not lead the comrades. And the today's talk, I've learned that we have process leaders, that we have process leaders. We have first, we should have good communication skills, good collaboration skills. We should even collaborate with others so that we can get ideas. We should collaborate even with our PC, even with the school administration. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, Brian, so in our discussion since yesterday, I've learned 3 points. First of all, as a student body, we should have our strategic plan, of which I'm sure by today we shall start working on it. Then the second issue, we should at least work closely with the management, that is by our VC. Then as student leaders, we should be student-oriented, centered, and the student-oriented leaders, so that we can have that collaboration between a student. I think with that, I've learned something.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. My name is Isaiah Brasa. I'm the Faculty of Business Studies representative. Mine is not more of a comment, but almost a question. Like, for me personally, from the background I come, I was not so much exposed to leadership. So we find that when learning leadership skills, we're learning from political elders. And you know how leadership, their leadership skills work. Maybe in their speech, they're very rude. And maybe when I came to leadership, for me to enforce something and get something, then I must be authoritative. And I don't know how I'm going to develop on it. and you know that like, as a leader, this is how we're supposed to address issues. Instead, you say that approach peacefully. So how am I going to develop on that? And another one, like in your leadership as a president, how can you make, like for me, I have an issue, maybe you have an idea, and you know as a leader, we are supposed to bring a change, or in other ways, we're supposed to be innovative and creative. How about if I come to you as a leader under you, I'm a subordinate, I come to you and I say, okay, this is my idea about this and this. And maybe you see like, okay, this is not right, it's not good at all. How will you make me not feel inferior in such a way that I feel like you're ignoring my issues?
Thank you so much. I'll give you one example. Mom and dad, we have our mom and dad. We have siblings, isn't it? Listen, mom and dad, couple, mother and father, we have siblings. How many siblings you have?
5.
5 siblings. You are the elder or the youngest one?
I'm the elder.
You are the elder one. So how many responsibility you have?
4.
Okay, mom and dad, you have 5 siblings. You are the eldest. You have a responsibility at your home. And what is that responsibility?
Guide them.
And guide them, take care of them. And if mom and dad is not there, then you are the boss of the house, isn't it?
Okay, can I give you a perspective?
And it is not necessarily, because as a father, I came from a family of 19 children. And my father, even when I was 8, 6 there, he thought I'm a better leader than some of my own. It is not a must that you identify. But I want to ask, like you, do you know you can get leadership skills from animals? Yes. Which animal, which leadership skill do you have? Me, I prefer the one for the bee leadership. Because the bee leader is the one that usually does not consolidate authority to themselves. Although the queen is the ultimate, isn't it? But if you look at the queen has devolved leadership to various components of the colony. There are those scouting bees. He allows, and that scouting bee as the sub-leader, allows that one to lead those ones. And sustainability, they have sustainability. Succession is there, isn't it? How do you treat your subjects? You protect your subjects. That is how the queen is. If one bee bites you or stings you, all others will come. So they think this is not the time to defend. And you know, once the bee stings, what happens? Can never sting again, isn't it? So that is why they know that is the last bullet. So the point is, you have to be very restricted in using the bullet, isn't it? So even the intimidation should not come in, because once I throw the bullet, I'll never have another bullet for you. So I should listen to you. And now I'm speaking to all of them, from Kanga to Miriam and Francis. You should allow the students not to feel that they are in you. Let them come. President, yes. I talked to you the other day. Providing leadership doesn't mean a veto leadership. It means working and consulting with these people, so that you get the issues. Don't tell them now, once you do this issue, from tomorrow you know who I am. Now, that or now, you have used the bullet. You have used the bullet and you may not even bring it back, isn't it? The issue is allow, and also when you go there, don't feel intimidated. We can disagree, but not to fight, isn't it?
Yes.
That's the point, so that you can learn. So each of us need to know who are they, what kind of leadership do you want to copy. There is the one that we call the ego, very strategic, isn't it? But the ego is very authoritative, isn't it? It also, once it misses, when it goes down, it can never crash itself, isn't it? There is even the rabbit. You can always, depending on and the coming fox, isn't it? The foxes are there. which end up also, the foxes, for example, is most of our political leaders are foxes. They will be cunning, they tell you everything, just to look to get your vote from the pocket. From there, they just say politics are over. I will devise another paper when I need to 5 years ago, 5 years to come. These are some of the issues. But leadership sometimes is inherent. It's the way you want to push yourself. And like Mohammed said, it is driven by your personal beliefs, your principles. I have a brother that you cannot even imagine again from through the same room. I actually don't agree with all his values. You leave 2 phones here, you'll find one has gone. And he'll say, yes, it is not him. And I saw it from the beginning. My one brother here and the other, they're almost the same. I always used to hear. I saw him, this one borrowing 5 shillings from this other one. Then they argued how he returned the money, and I was there and I didn't see him returning. So you see, those are values you can never get. Even if you want which class, let me tell you. Unless now I think what Dr. Dan was saying, unless we remove his brain and throw it away and put another one there. These are the issues I'm trying to say. A leader who is not driven by values is actually not, unless you become a leader in conmanship. Because there is also conman, and conmen are also leaders, isn't it? Those are something that we are, the reason why we are exposing you is first of all to understand yourself. You need to sit somewhere one day and understand yourself, isn't it, Francis? Yes. This is me. And in this way, I'm sure I'm not going to get a job, isn't it? And so I have to repackage myself. You need to have, but what I've seen with the youth, most of them, including my daughter, she finished school and she was telling me, when I told her now that you want to go and look for a job, just be sincere to me. What can you offer? Then they said and this and this. I said, well, I don't agree, I agree on this. And when I was going for this job of the VC, I went there and I spent there and she told me, now, good morning. Now that we are going for the VC, what can you offer? And in fact, she's the one who revised my preparation. I actually talked about everything, and by the way, I did not even change anything when I went to I also said the same in the public service. This is exactly, if I ask you, speaker, you have what is your vision? Have you ever been asked what is your vision? And a vision should not have more than 3 words. What is your vision in life?
My vision is to pursue purpose, bring contribution in significance to people, basically.
That is actually a mission. When you say to, you already be, for example, my vision was to become a professor, impactful professor in society. Full stop. What will you be? When you start saying to do this, that is now the mission, is the pathway of achieving your mission. So now even if I was interviewing, those marks are gone. What is your name? If you start by saying my names are, nobody has names. It is only, my name is Henry Mutembe with you. If you start with a title is not your name. I am Henry Mutembe Tutu, professor of, that is the way you do it. Those are the issues. And that is what now the MUN can teach you, what Mohammed is telling you, so that you become a sharp leader. Can you walk into a law firm and leave those people saying, if we don't get that guy, we are lost? That is the only thing you need to have in life. Thank you very much. And I want to leave you now so that Mohammed can concentrate more with you guys. And it is 12:30. You're still having a lot of time. Because it is 12:30. It's 12:30. Yeah, now it is, you can use up to 19 minutes, then you move to the place. Thank you.
Thank you, Rishi. Thank you, Rishi.
Okay, thank you for this chance. So, as I introduced myself yesterday, I'm Shanta, the welfare director. And as per our discussion yesterday up to now, I can say they are much impactful to me. And one of the things I learned yesterday, in everything you do, you must be respectful. Don't chase up yourself because you're a student leader. Nasema in everything you do, hata nijipige chest because I'm a student. No, you must be respectful in everything. Then another thing, in anything you do, you must be transparent. Ensure you don't figure out saying, like, you just be transparent in anything you do. And in our today discussion, I acquired more, and that is, you be keen in your mental health status. And another thing, you be a keen listener, and also you increase your qualification. And I note one thing, you either publish or you perish. And I think those are the key parts I acquired. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, apart from what my guy has said, my fellow leader has talked about, me yesterday, I would just like to know something about what we talked yesterday. I did not get some clarity. For example, Mr. President Mohammed, we as student leaders, we have the role to play, for example, guiding our fellow students who are our subject, for example, from doing some mistakes which they ought not to have done. For example, there's a case whereby you find a student who had been addicted, he or she has been addicted from drugs. The lady or the gentleman had started taking drugs from class 7, i.e. marijuana. So when he or she has the same problem around the university now, as student leaders, how can we help such a person to do or maybe moderate or do away with such behavior? Yeah.
Thank you so much. Registers office have that student support scheme under it?
Yes.
So I think they are the ones who best to come and facilitate. And then registers office also have counselors.
Yes, we have.
You have counselors?
Yes.
So counselors falls under registers office?
Yes.
Okay. So that kind of students need to be first referred to the counselors. Then from registers office, the registrar will appoint a counselor. Then counselor will work with the students, and he or she, the counselor, will monitor for the progress within a couple of months, or what is the prescribed from them. And if it doesn't work, then it goes to the vice chancellor, and then from there they take it to the parents and the guardians. Then it goes to the ministry, secretary and other stuff. But in between all this role play will be student association. Why? How? They will be going to assist that student. Say, madam, how are you? How you feel? You attend the class? Or you feeling some flexibility? Okay, let us now attend the anatomy class. We will attend the piano class. So this is where student association will come. It's just like a backbone in supporting. So student association will be standing on behalf of him or her just to support. But the guidance will be coming through the registrar's office.
Yeah, well, thank you. Another last question, a point of my eye now. As a student leaders, okay, we have welfare office where we sustain, we have the needy student, I with bursary, work study, and some food stuff along the internet. So, apart from getting funds from maybe our subscriptions and maybe advertisements, and there will be scholarship from other university or somewhere else. What are some of the for example, projects which us as student board can do maybe to help us generate some income as ourselves without the help of other collaboration plus the yeah.
Thank you so much. In terms of students, do you have that, what is the right word to use here? Do you have any debate competition, quiz competition? Do you have that in your campus? So tell me something about that. If you say yes, then you tell me something about that.
Oh, thank you very much. In our faculty, just to be specific, we do have the debate competition.
That's part of your curriculum.
Part of our
It's
curriculum.
not the student association.
It's not the student association.
See, so, in my university, we have debate competition and then we have quiz competition. So you register, you pay this much. So you have 10 teams coming in, of 20 teams coming in with $10. 20 times 10, $2,000. And then from there, you have this team, then you have the panel, then you have panel of judges, you organize everything, then you have a budget. This many teams registered at this amount, and then you have 2,000. After the minus of all the expenditure, giving the first prize, second prize, you comes, you left with $1,000. This $1,000 is the save, and the saves comes to you. So you have first round of debate competition within CHUKA University, then you have your other suburb university here, and then you make it to the national level. So this round goes to this round, wins from this round goes to the national level. Then from the national level, then you can collaborate with other international. Okay, let us you have one round here in Kenya, then the final one comes to have one debate competition with Fiji Islands or University of FNU. So this is where your grant, your additional funds will be coming in. So you have quiz competition peacefully, you have debate competition, you have sports, you also can have the registration of sports coming in, and then writing of proposal, the best proposal written, and then you have sustainability week, climate change, posters coming up. You can also run the hybrid conference that I will be doing when I am going back, I will invite you as well. So hybrid, you just have to pay a little bit of money. So you'll get a certificate, online certificate, that will bounce on your CV. And then the registration that you are getting, just like from this conference, the registration fee that have been paid, after minusing all the expenditure, the bags, the abstract books, etc., the food, whatever is been left, it goes into the custody of the university. So this is where you run with the students. And in these two things you will achieve. You also get the students' numbers, students' involvement into activities, and at the end, the bank balance will also bounce up.
Okay, lastly, it is always said it is better late than never, isn't it? Yeah, so I'm asking, we have now talked of networking. You know? I think none of us don't want to fly abroad, isn't it? Yeah, we have talked of networking, scholarships. So as a school, how can we get connected to such opportunities?
What made you say that you don't want to fly to overseas?
Yes.
What made you say that you don't want to fly?
I've not said that. I've asked, I've said none of us don't want. And it doesn't,
Or you don't want to fly?
I'm trying to say all of us want to fly.
Oh, okay. So you want to fly, don't want to fly.
So I'm saying, it is better late than never. So however it is late, we can still fly. That's what I'm saying.
So which program are you doing at the moment?
I have the problem of finding the scholarship.
No, which program? What is your discipline of study? Your program? Bachelor in XYZ?
Bachelor degree in agricultural extension and education.
Final year?
Yeah, final year.
You are on final year?
Yeah.
Okay. You use social media, Facebook?
Yeah.
You are very active?
No
How many followers you have on social media?
Not such active.
How much?
Around 350 followers.
How many you have? Three. Thank you for the honesty. You know, when COVID struck, everybody went drowned. The professors, the administrators, the students. You know what we call surfing? Where you do surfing? On land or on water? You know, surfing, S-U-R-F-I-N-G, on water. And you know what is the most important beauty of surfing? In water, when you do surfing, you have done surfing? You know, documentary, it goes up and down, waves, against, for. So this would come from the surfing, you enjoy. Then you come in internet. These days we are very smart in internet, isn't it? When COVID strike, we had these meetings coming in, the students cannot submit their assignment, their final endpoint exam. What was the reason? The reason they said the network is a problem. Okay, network is the problem. I was sitting in the meeting there. I said, okay, who's this student? XYZ. I told my team, please just monitor on the status of that Facebook. The submission is supposed to be on Monday, 10 o'clock. The student said, I cannot submit because of the internet connectivity issue. 9:45, the same student posting things on social media. Somewhere under the cloud. Very smart student. You know what I'm trying to say? When it comes to academic, we are nowhere. But when we try to post things, we say network. Network is okay. Point one. Point two, so during COVID, there were 3 students from my college, College of Agriculture, Fisheries and Forestry. They were at home, they started doing self-netting. You know what is self-netting? Surfing, then the word surfs come there, then you put netting. Then you go down, browse on internet. Because you are free at home in COVID time. So you open your laptop, have a cup of coffee, self-netting, and then you type there. Go down on Google Advanced Search, you know Google Advanced Search? Google Advanced Search, I'm looking for this scholarship, this is my bachelor's degree. And surprising, when the result came, honestly speaking, this is a honest case study what I'm saying. These 3 students got a Taiwan scholarship for their masters. And during the finishing of the COVID leg, they paid extra amount of dollars from the Taiwan embassy, and they traveled down to Taiwan to do masters. And they are currently in the final year. So you always try to use this internet and networking in a way where you achieve something. So you are saying how you create networking and connectivity. Yesterday I was sitting with one of the professors, I forgot the name, he was from Italy. So I was having a conversation, he gave me his business card. And when I read this business card, there was some component that. So what I did last night, hi, say, this is Mohammed Iqbal, I met you there. And I'm writing a paper on this chapter, please can you collaborate? Thank you. So I received some response from him. So once we exchange business card, we know through our social media page. You know, social media, students need to know how to use social media. Some they really go beyond. And I might have my personal Facebook, and if I see somebody posting something unnecessary, I just come and block instantly. And I come on social media once in 8 months. Once in 8 months. Why I have that account? Just to get networking. So I just go on this person profile, I'll see networking on climate change, etc. Then I go on Messenger, this is this, I drop my business card. This is how you connect. But here on social media, we students, honestly speaking, we try to put our new pictures, get something on political agenda, we put it there. What we are getting at the end of it? We are not getting anything. The person who, when we post something, we say, we are smart, isn't it? Because I posted, you are not smart, you are the dumbest one. You know why? The person who reads is smart. He understands your dignity and integrity. What he has posted. So I don't know who is Mr. XYZ. What he's posting, this guy is not good, let me block him. Isn't it? So social media is a platform where you can get network, but in a professional and peaceful manner. Not something unnecessary you're posting. So yesterday when I went from here, I saw some of you had some likes on our FNUSA page. So I called my team in Fiji, I said there will be some likes coming in, just try to put into register, I'll come and see how. So when I reached in Fiji, I'll be able to know. So who has likes and things like that. So this is how we collaborate. Last time I did one of the conference in Malaysia, we had about 360 participants and more than 3,000 PhDs, master's students. So when I go back, you have seen the abstract book that the Vice Chancellor was having. So at the end of that book, the last page, you have that all the context of the participants. So if you have managed to time, you can block one, create one block of all the emails, and then you put one standard email, hi, this is blah, blah, blah. I'm the Student Association Director Planning, blah, blah, from this CHUKA University. So I'm glad I managed to find your context through this 10th International CHUKA University Conference. Please feel free for liaise anything. Drop it down, it goes. Out of the 300 participants or 400, somebody will reply. And that person who has replied, you can have your networking. Say, I'm organizing this hybrid conference, I need some advice from there. Then this is where the collaboration works. And then once you have a good family of collaboration, I didn't knew about CHUKA University, honestly. I didn't knew about the Vice Chancellor. Never. Only when Dr. Royford came this year, June or July in Kenya. And then from here he connected me. Dia Iqbal, as the president, I have met Vice Chancellor of CHUKA University name, and I'm connecting you in this email. Thank you, sir. Then from that the Vice Chancellor replied, then one-to-one. Then from that I replied, he asked how student association works. So I've given him a nutshell of abstract. Then from there our conversation started. Yeah, and our conversation started I think more than 2 months earlier. And then he said there is a conference. I said okay, we'll come in. I said I also did this many papers because I'm animal science background and he's a veterinary science. So there from there the collaboration started. We have some funding. Our logo came in. You know, it's 25 hours or 35 hours. We have traveled from Fiji to here. But when you come in Chunga, you see our logo hanging in the banner. I feel very proud to meet student association, my brothers and sisters. It gives a very good vibe when you go back. And then I already, every day when I go to my hotel, I always send a report to my team there. Because they have seen me here, they have expectation. And I need to tell them what I'm doing on daily basis. So all the videos, all the pictures and new meeting, I will always give to them the feedbacks. So this is how it works. So I will run one hybrid from there. I will invite the Vice Chancellor, you can always come. And we will collaborate more into this. After this, I'm going to, when I go back to my Fiji, I'm also collaborating. We had some collaboration with Commonwealth Student Association from Ghana and some areas. And I will put you people as well. I hope you drop something on the center. Yesterday I sent the business card, I didn't receive anything on WhatsApp. So just shoot something, hi, hello, something. This way I will give you business card, otherwise what is okay. You know, those academics, the professors I have given them, they have sent me something, hi, hello. And this is how collaboration. You know, they always say strike when the iron is hot, eh? Yeah. When it's cold, then who will strike? When you strike, it's too late. So let us meet and discuss and collaborate. Last year or before last year, I cannot actually recall, we had approximately Commonwealth students from African countries. I think 20 they traveled to my country. So 1 week, my AC team was with them. 1 week full time, from morning till afternoon. Only time we released them when it was for our luxury activities, roaming around, beach picnic, etc. Other than we all collaborate. So, you know, collaborate is not how we giving the lectures, but in terms of what you are doing. Let us come together and say like this, I'm doing Bachelor of Law, this is my final year, and then after that I do my GDLP. I intend to work here, but what is the scope of work coming from overseas countries? You know, Dr. Royford Bondi, nobody expected that he will do his master's here, PhD Canada, then go down to Fiji, then come down. See, but he, and I was asking, Doc, how he managed to come down to Fiji? As a visiting professor. How? I just went down on Google and then I saw FNU, I saw the HR. So once you have graduated, when I was coming from today morning from this hotel, I managed to find one girl working in the reception. I said, let us, and there was another boy, I managed to make a good friend, Mr. Emmanuel. I said, let us take some pictures. And then while I was taking pictures, I asked, what is your study? And then she told me that I have completed my bachelor in hospitality, and this guy is going to diploma in hospitality. But one thing I liked about Kenyan staffs who are working in the hotels, they are very loyal and very polite in terms of conversation. Please, you should give a big round of applause. This boy and this girl, they said that if there is any work opportunity internationally, I'm willing to upgrade my qualification at the same time and give my business card. From this hotel, Lawson, Lowline, from there till here, how many hours it takes? 5 minutes? As soon as I reach, I saw WhatsApp. WhatsApp messages, yeah. So, you know, people are eager to collaborate. So that's why when we are in the conference, we get a business card, you make sure you play. You know, this electronic card is not only for decorating, I have a very good mobile, I'm walking around like a big boss. No, this is a reason for it. And the reason networking is that when the business card here, make sure when I finish this, I want to sell something to them. That is how we connect it. Otherwise, we'll just keep the business card for good, and then after that, when I fly off, this card also flies off. Vice Chancellor was every week we used to exchange email. Hi, Pal, everything is okay from your end. Then I copy my Chancellor, my BC. So you have to collaborate in that way. and I'll make sure if you had a good collaboration, definitely I think in June next year there will be one conference here in Kenya, Vice Chancellor said, and we'll also have one for the Student Association in next year in Fiji, and then why don't we work like this? Say, I think one of the questions was said, I can shoot one proposal to your president, because you also didn't send me on WhatsApp. You're the first one to receive my card sitting beside me. So I can request the Vice Chancellor of this university to at least fund a portion for you, and then we get another funding portion for you, and then we can get 2 students to come down in Fiji, and then from there the collaboration will start. So you you have to do your part as well, and if you expect only the other side to contribute, then it won't work. So this is how it works. Thank you. You want to say something? Yes.
Yeah, thank you. About the thank you, Mohammed, for wisdom that we've been receiving from yesterday. And if there is something that I've learned is that we as leaders, we have to be outshining. If others are sitting down, we have to stand up. When others are standing up, we have to stand out. And when others are standing out, we be outstanding. And when they are outstanding, we be stand out. Like we have to be the very best even to our leaders and be the role models. I have just a question, a point of concern from a point of being leaders. I want you guys to know personally on how do you balance between being a leader and personal development. Personally, I am an author. I've written a book to reach high school students. So to some extent, I just liaise with my teachers and they just request for a chance in a school to speak. But to some extent, I'm so much involved, and even in today, for example, the whole conference today and yesterday, I'm not able to just even to go for that invitation. And as well also, you find you're so much committed. Early in the morning as faculty reps wake up, students want to be served, we run from department to department, so you get to be involved the whole day. And you forget even on personal development, and you miss a lot, you ignore a lot growing. How do you balance between leadership and personal development? Yeah.
And as well, so that one will check the time. Your time.
My time.
Because of the other session.
What is the time now?
12:03.
12:03. So we just wrap up within 5 minutes. 12:30 is my session. Thank you so much. While I was coming, I went to one of the College of Medicine dean before coming. And then I said, say, can I have the structure of medical school? So he said he will send me an email, and then he offered me a coffee. And then I said, say, where were you? I said, and he attended one international conference. Then he said, well, my health should be very important to me. So sometimes I just take break and then go out in one of his islands, some Sabu, and he relax for himself. And then I grabbed one very important point from what he has said. He said that I have to take vacation, leave in between to set up my mind. And then coming back, I always say to become a leader, I need to have mental health. But how? You have to sacrifice budget your time. So early in the morning, I woke up, I woke up at 4 o'clock, 4 to 5, I will check all my emails. This time I'll go for a service. This time I'll have my breakfast. From there I'll attend 2 lecture classes, 1 tutorial. This time I have my break. Okay, I think I can skip this class because I will have my online, have the lecture recording. So you have to budget your time very appropriately. If you don't budget, then you won't be able to balance. Why? If you don't balance, then it will affect your health status. When your health status is affected, you won't have a mental health, you cannot make decisions in leaders. So this is all linkers, it's a chain. Linkers one is other. So if you say, okay, I am committed this time, why don't I catch up in this time? So you have to plan your time, sacrifice your time to fit in. Sometimes when I write emails, I mostly write emails from 2 o'clock night to 4 o'clock night. You know why? Because I go home, I just have my shower, gym little bit, and then relax. When I woke up at night, that's the time my mind is fine and fresh. Because when you write emails, sometimes aggressiveness comes in you, and then you enter, it goes to somebody, then your dignity is being deployed. So you have to write email, leave it there. After 5-10 minutes, you catch up over coffee, then you read again. Your mind temperature has gone down, then you click again. So you have to balance your time. You have to prioritize and you budget your plans. I think in my next presentation I'll be saying on planning of your activities. And then you have priorities, high priorities, moderate priorities, low priorities. So you have to put in which category you will be falling in. Okay, I think I have to meet a low student association, this is high priority here. This is medium, moderate, average here. So you have to plug all your activities, and that's why you'll be able to balance. Thank you.
Yeah, my last question. You know that we are students, you see students have a lot of expectations to us. I wanted to know on which capacity do you involve students in decision making? Do you involve them or maybe as student leaders? How do you connect, like, do you involve them directly in decision making in case there is something new coming in the institution? How do you involve them in decision making?
Thank you so much. You know, I think Vice Chancellor yesterday said, or today he was telling us, we don't want people to sit in Senate who are blank. We want vocal students who understand. Now, I don't want to sit in a meetings where it's boring. We need somebody to contribute. So what I do when we run on a monthly basis a get together. So, you know, TikTok, you know, there's TikTok, eh? So we have T-Talk, T-E-A, T-Talk. So we call students in a group, in a room, and then we have tea, and then we start having a topic. The significance of climate change, the impact of climate change, something like that. And then we see how many students they contribute. Then from there you see he's the vocal person into his capacity. Then from there you make a team. Then from the team you shortlist. Then the best one you put into a meeting where he can contribute. So you pick the best out of the rest, but you don't ignore others. So these, the best out of the rest will be into A category, and these they will be into B category. Every individual, every human being has a symbol of leadership, but we just have to polish them and put them in the right place. And that is the role of student association. So thank you so much. I think we wrap up because I have another session.
I think the best thing we can do, you talked about networking. Networking means you can still reach him because he has given you communication. He is waiting for another plenary there. And I think the best we can do is release him so that he can handle the other one, because if we delay him here, we are delaying.
You can shoot me an email or come on Messenger and Mr. Connect, then we can communicate on WhatsApp. My card is here. Thank you so much. You have a blessed day.
Before we go, we'd like to just say thank you. Just say thank you so much, Mr. Semester and Mohammed from the National University for joining us for this session today. The students, I'm sure, have learned a lot and they still have a lot to learn. Take note of that, collaborate with them, make linkages with them. And hopefully we shall have an exchange program in the near future where your students can come to CHUKA University for even a semester, and our students can come to university for a semester. At least they learn different cultures. So thank you so much, and for making the time to share with our students. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.